I be in the grocery store all the time and I be lying to myself. I'll just be like, oh no, we don't need snacks. Like, why do we need snacks? No, it's fine. And then the minute I get home and I'd be like, where are the snacks? But I mean, I guess I made the right choice. I don't know. If you like snacks, like and subscribe. How about that? What's good, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning back into the channel. My name is Brendan, aka 20 Days of June, and if you click this video, you know what we're getting into. We're talking about some R&B, and we've got lots of it. I've picked a couple of the songs that I've really been resonating with. I mean, let's be real. Some positivity, some negativity, some truth. That's just how I do it. But realistically, everybody else in the world is still talking about the baby. And we did that last week. So you can go check that video if you want to, but told you so, kid. Told you so. Anyway, my merch is new, so you should go check that. I put up some merch of the new logo, so if you like that, go ahead. Also, my Patreon is up and running. The current tier is $2. I put up a new video there last Thursday. A new one is coming this Thursday. It is called Unfiltered Opinions, where I'm just kind of giving it up the way I used to give it up, man. New days, but Patreon, it's conjuring up the old June. Old boy. Anyways, once you've handled all that business, let's get into this music. Let's go. All right, first of all, Tinashe, come to the podium. Come to the podium, Tinashe, because you are that girl. Let's be realistic, man. Tinashe, when I see all the money being poured into Normani by RCA, I just wonder why they couldn't do it for Tinashe. Yes, I know different divisions, but I still get mad because I'm like, Tinashe was right there. Okay, so first off, new era, 333. First of all, Tinashe is seeing the same synchronicities as I am. Tinashe is tapped into the universe. The universe is speaking back to Tinashe, and let me tell you something. If you know what I'm talking about, if you've been seeing the numbers, if you've been seeing the signs, Spirit is talking to some of us, and Spirit is calling Tinashe, and Tinashe is walking in that purpose. So congratulations to Tinashe for alignment, because that's all we ever want. But Tinashe's new era is called 333, and I'm very excited. She put out 3 singles for it. The first one, wasn't that excited about, I'll be honest. I would have came in here and talked about Pasadena if I cared, because I'm a huge Tinashe fan. But Pasadena, to me, it feels like beachy Beach Boys California music, and I just don't know if I was there mentally and definitely not there physically. And I don't know if a lot of people were there mentally or physically. So yeah, that didn't really connect, and therefore, because the song didn't connect, the video didn't connect. But then here comes the girl. And it's always that way with creatives. They always put out the experimental one first, and then everybody's like, what? And then you give us what you know you should have been done, gave. Bouncin. Bouncin is just Tinashe at her finest. I love the song, first of all. Whenever Tinashe is wearing a squirrel wig, be prepared. Whenever Tinashe put on some nut-ass little Saweetie Back to the Streets wig, it's about to get going. And of course, the song is good. The song's a bop. It's just fun. But bouncing on the ground, got my edges sweating out, turning up extra loud. Oh. And then here comes the video. The video is just spectacular. First of all, when Tinashe's in a warehouse, she's in her bag. When Tinashe's just in a gym, she's in her bag. When Tinashe is just being it's something about simplicity with Tinashe that just always works, because she is a one-woman show. And being independent is actually probably the best thing that's ever happened for her creativity, because you get to see just how many things Tinashe is actually good at. And of course, it's a collaborative effort. I'm not giving her all the credit, but you can tell the idea is very Tinashe. It all comes from inside of her. It's not coming from external sources. It's coming from inside Tinashe. And it feels that way. She's up on the choreography, she's there, she's in every single move, and she's catching the cameras. When you watch that video, watch Tinashe catch the camera every time the camera switches to you, please, because it is just perfection. So Bouncin really does it for me. And then I can see the future, which you can tell that she's tapping into. I'm about to give you that music. It doesn't need to always go fully her back of my mind style for the music. And especially with Tinashe, Tinashe does the ambient trippy music, but this is a nice mix of ambient and trippy and still up tempo and still sexy. Tinashe's coming into her own, man. Love that. 333, I really cannot wait for it. And I'll be back to talk about it, because I'm a Tinashe stan. I've been watching her for a very long time, and we've talked about it on this channel for years about how wrong it's been. So to witness it finally be right this is for us, man. It's for us. So shout out to Tinashe. Can't wait. Next album I want to talk about dropped on Friday, and it is by Tink, Heat of the Moment. I've been a Tink fan for a very long time. Tink has always walked that line between rap and R&B, and no one has really questioned or known where to put her. They just kind of let Tink. And I definitely like that, because now we have Young Blue who's rocking. And it makes sense when Young Blue does it, so why can't it make sense when Tink does it? It makes sense when Lil Baby does it. Why can't it make sense when Tink does it? It's only with the women rappers that y'all act like Either you Nicki Minaj or you nothing. And that doesn't have to be that way, okay? I love the rap singing from Tink. I actually like not questioning whether she's rapping or singing and really investing in what she's saying regardless. How about that? They're all vehicles for her messages. The problem, Tink. All right, I'm gonna be real. The Tink thing is just becoming the Tink thing. And it speaks to who it speaks to, but it does get a little redundant after a while. She gets a little AB in format, and the relationship issues just become relationship issues. It's the same issue, and we're still in the issue. And although relationships be like that, I'm not saying relationships don't be like that. I'm saying that when you've been listening to Tink for a long time, the subject matter just be subject mattering. So in this album, adding in Hitmaker, it kind of breaks that up, but it doesn't break it up with anything fresh. It breaks it up with Hitmaker being Hitmaker, which means you're just getting a bunch of samples that you probably wouldn't have paid for otherwise, and it just sounds like Hitmaker music. It sounds like Jeremiah, which is on the album. It sounds like Ty Dolla $ign. It sounds like the other stuff we ignore. So I want to be careful with calling in Hitmaker as the cheat code, because his music doesn't seem to stick maybe as much as it once was. Or maybe not to Tink's crowd. I don't know, maybe not, but maybe for me it's not. That's all I'm saying. So personally, the album's all right. It does have bright spots. I'll listen to the whole album. I'll show you what made my playlist, like what I organically liked. But the problem is, it's not much. I got Heat of the Moment, Regret, Might Let You Go with DeVito, but that's a sample. But I can't even remember the sample, and that's the thing. It's like the music just is not memorable. It's not making me loop it. It's not making me go back. It just feels face value. And I know Tink music is not like that, because I'm gonna cut this off and go play MIA. My favorite song is Whole World Against Me featuring Kodak Black. Don't cancel me. I'm canceled. I'm canceled. And then Prove It felt pretty repetitive. Just because, you know, the Tink chorus. But after I felt like a minute, she gets into a bag where I'm like, all right, so we don't have to do the whole AB thing that sometimes Tink gets caught in. So yeah, I love Tink a lot, but not being attached to a label should bring Tink more versatility. And I like seeing Tink be able to work with Hitmaker, because it shows that Tink is getting out of just the Tink bubble. But we need to now move the music past where it's comfortable, because I feel like the Tink music is very comfortable, and we're starting to get to a point with Tink where we're gonna get a Tink project a year, and it's just gonna feel like a Tink project that year. And I love Tink way too much to accept that. If you were somebody else that I did not love this much, I probably wouldn't even care. But I really do love and respect Tink as an artist, as a creative, and I want to see better. I don't want to see more versatile, and I don't want to see any more crutches. I don't want to see Hitmaker samples. So yeah, Tink, it's cute or whatever. I took the songs I took, and I'll see you next year. Next artist I want to talk about is Mahalia. I really do like Mahalia, man. Mahalia has just like this sound in her voice that I feel like understands me. I don't know. When Mahalia starts singing, it sounds really honest. It sounds like me talking to myself. It's such a like clear, honest tone for love music. You know, I don't know. You might not know, but that's how I feel. So, Mahalia released a song called Whenever You're Ready. And of course, it's a sample, and it samples Get It On Tonight by Montel Jordan. And is it good? Sure. But I don't feel like Mahalia needs to rely on crutches like that anymore. I feel like, I don't know, something about hearing My Window with Lucky Day just kind of clicked in my head with Mahalia, and I was like, oh, she is a star. I don't think she needs to rely on samples of songs that we already liked. Guess what? I already like it. And the best sample of this song is Esta Noche by Azalea Banks. If you know, you know. So my point here is kind of like, Mahalia, let's get out of our comfort zone of the what you did and everything else that we know works for the UK girls. We love when the UK girls decide to hop on our American classics. Yeah, duh. But I just don't need it. It's a crutch that is unnecessary for somebody that I find so talented. But am I gonna play the song? Yes, of course. It's good. It's in my playlist. It's good. No shade. This is good music, and this I have replayed, unlike other songs that I just talked about. So I will give her that. At least it's a good sample. I just want to see Mahalia step away from feeling like she needs it, because I just don't feel like she needs to pay money like that when she's so talented. I know these samples are costing money, so it's like, you're not as expensive as you're acting. Get out there and sing, girl. I know she got the original music. I know she does. I'm a big fan of Mahalia, and I will be watching Mahalia, but I want to watch Mahalia put the crutch down. Mahalia and Tink, crutch down. And Mahalia on the Child album, that song Awake, yo, she is so effortlessly soulful, man. I just love. Shout out to Mahalia, man. Next on the docket, Snoh Allegra. Yeah. Her album Temporary Highs in the Violet Sky dropped last month. And after Lost You, I was totally expecting us to get right back into the sleepy, sad Snoh bag. And I was ready to go. I'm like, Snoh is getting ready to be winter anyway. Throw this ice over me. Like, let's go. My problem is when you got to the album did not reflect the bag for Snoh that we have always wanted from Snoh. When we missed Snoh Allegra, we wanted, you know, her name is Snoh. So what are you putting out a summer album anyway? But we were gonna take the R&B records in the summer. And then the album is more up-tempo and it's different. And I don't feel like people wanted that. I feel like the Snoh Allegra fan wants to go right back into the bag. The R&B fan most of the time wants to go back into the bag. And creative departures sometimes, although are healthy for artists, might not be that healthy for people who are coming to get their fix. Because the Fiends were upset when they pulled up to the Snoh album and it wasn't what we said it was going to be. Unfortunately, I kind of breezed past it and was like, The two songs that I really love off of that album besides Lost You are We Don't Have to Talk About It and On My Mind with James Fauntleroy. And that's because those are the songs that are in line with the Snoh bag that I thought that I was gonna get, and I really do love it. It's just that, that's difficult because, you know what I mean? If Ari Lennox would have done the same thing, I would have had an attitude because I want Ari to go back to her bag. LMA, I want her to go back to her bag. Sabrina Claudio was like, what temperature is... Ooh, she hopped out at me. Sabrina Claudio was like, what temperature is it? That's wind. We're going back into the bag. Like, Snoh, you gotta know, man. It's winter music. It's fall music. It's not... We want Toronto. The song is called Toronto. It's cold. Like, baby, baby. We want that. We want that. Not this, but that. So this album... We don't have to talk about it. No shade. We just don't. I feel like it was a great moment for, you know, you to have your creative departure. And I feel like that's good for R&B artists and all artists to be able to say, I did this, but let me do that. But it's also important to know what the core really wants and is living and breathing for. And I'm gonna go back to listening to Love Like That. And I think that more artists should think about, how am I gonna get them to cut my old shit off and put my new shit on? Does that make sense? How am I gonna compete with me? If more artists would think that way, it would influence the creative process, because I just don't think that this does that for me. Now I'm gonna be playing Love Like That again for another one, and I will feel like, oh, Snoh, I've been listening to this for 3 years. Where you at? Next year, we're gonna be at the door. Snoh Allegra, where you at? Where you at? Where you at? And I hope she's ready. I hope she is. Like, another artist, not talking about her today fully, but Alina Baraz, can't wait for that album to drop. She came out with her new song, Alone With You, and I feel like we just hopped right back into the Alina Baraz bag. Alina Baraz was like, yeah, I dropped that album last year. It was COVID, but anyway, we going right back into the bag. That's, to me, more sustainable and more important. So, I don't know. Snoh, come on. All right, next, let's talk about it, because Kiana Lede. Those of you who know, I went to the Kiana Lede concert 2019, and that's when I witnessed the magic for what it was. Now, what I witnessed was the fact that Kiana Lede is a wizard. She's a performance goddess. She's something that you have to experience because she has something I like to call Rihanna. There is like a magnetism to her that is inexplicable, and you don't really want to explain it because you're too busy having fun. And so with that, I do put a lot of pressure on Kiana Lede in my head, because when there's a Kiana release, I'm like, all right, let's go. And then she released Kiki, and Kiki was fire. A little immature in some spots, but this seems to be going in. Okay, let's talk about it. Your Best Friend featuring Kehlani. This is within the direction where I see Kiana Lede getting ready to pop out. Like, she's trying to fully go grown woman. And everybody now has to address that, and I love seeing her do that with Kehlani. I love the bisexual of it all. I love Kehlani's versatility. I love that Kehlani even took like the masculine side of the duet, because Kehlani's done a lot of duets. But that's the problem. Kehlani does a lot of duets. And I feel like Kiana Lede deserved a pop-out that felt more like a Kiana Lede pop-out and not a featuring Kehlani pop-out. And although it's a big deal for Kiana because she loves Kehlani, and who doesn't, I just kind of feel like it goes back into the featuring Kehlani bag, which is now the same as the featuring Ty Dolla $ign bag. All the Parsleys, featuring Nicki Minaj, featuring everybody. It's like they're such feature artists that the feature catalog becomes their catalog. And I would have liked to see Kiana Lede do a pop out without the Kehlani thing, because to me, it just sounds like a featuring Kehlani. Although the song is better than a lot of featuring Kehlani. Featuring Kehlani is just getting watered down for me, that's all. But it's good, it is. Kehlani just had a song on the Young Blue album called Beautiful Lies with Young Blue, another feature, and she smoked it. I mean, regardless, Kehlani's always coming in on the second verse like an angel coming down from heaven in a white tux. And you're always gonna hear the sky open, you're gonna hear her vocals just descend into the room, and you're gonna go, Kehlani, because she releases a lot of features. So I don't know about featuring Kehlani as my lead single, but whatever that may be, I still like it. So stream Your Best Friend by Kiana Lede, and Kiana Lede, anything that you do, I'm gonna buy it. That's it. I'm buying it, whatever it is. And stream Separation featuring Aaron Ray, the best song on the planet. It's literally the best song on the planet. I can't stop. It's been in every playlist for like a year and a half, and I need somebody to stop me. Love it. Love you, Kiana. Congrats on the success. Congrats on the lesbianism. I mean, great video. And last but not least, the song I want to talk about is by Khalid. I love Khalid. On the Way with Ty Dolla $ign and Black was like a fire moment for me where I was like, ooh, Khalid is onto something, because before that, I felt like Khalid was more or less marketed to like the teeny boppers, and it wasn't really crossing over into the R&B space fast enough for me. I just felt like marketing wise, it was not really marketed towards us. But he's growing up, man, and I do like his music. My favorite Khalid song, off the top of my head, I have to say Motion, because Motion is where it hits me right in the chest. But I do love Out of My Head by John Mayer. And of course, On the Way, he's sounded so great with Black and Ty Dolla $ign. I'm just kind of like, Khalid, more. Like I'm so like I'm possessive over Khalid coming into the R&B lane. But I also like him in the SZA acoustic lane. And this song hits me in the same spot Good Days did, and I can't stop playing it. Khalid released his new song called New Normal, and New Normal is really all about growing up. Like, I always wanted to hear, what will Khalid sound like when the grown man depression sets in? And now we know. It's not really negative. It is more of like inspirational. I'm gonna read the chorus to you real quick. The chorus says, "You found your way, but it's never enough. And though it's been tough for you, losing touch, but summer has its ends sometimes. And although I can't promise you much, you'll be fine, you'll be fine." And if that is not a metaphor for life, man, it's just kind of like, yeah, it's cranes in the sky. It's the fact that we will always be doing work. And even when the good days are on your mind, what about when the good days are over? What about when it's time to get back into your bag? What about when it's time to work? What about when it's time to grow again? What about when you thought that, you thought you've reached the pinnacle, and yet the universe comes back with another test and you're going through it again and you can't believe you're going through it again? Khalid wants you to know you'll be fine. Khalid wants you to know you'll be fine. And to me, that's all I need, man. Like, I get that music is about, melodies, and it's about a whole bunch of other stuff. But for me, I reach to music sometimes to feel understood. And I feel like Khalid really did that for me just with these lyrics. Like, yeah, shit's hard and shit's always going to be hard, but you'll be fine. And I feel like more men need lyrics like that, maybe through R&B. I know we do get them through rap, and y'all just don't think we do because you just see black men and you go, oh my god, rippity rappity rippity rappity. No, but I like Khalid in the SZA Good Days inspirational keep going music bag, because he can do that. And I like who Khalid is becoming, and his voice just sounds so good. It's got like that deep country like tone to it. Khalid is it for me. I will stand until Khalid gives me a reason not to stand. And I just don't see that happening. And I'm enjoying seeing him grow into the man he wants to be, and maybe not the man that's expected of him in the R&B space, in the music space, or maybe in his life. Because it sounds like in the music, he might not even be the person that he thought he was going to be. But he's correct. And I think that is what becoming a man and growing up is all about. It's about that right there. So I love this song, New Normal. I love the subject matter. I love that it's a departure. And although it may not be going as crazy, yet it will have its place in the Khalid story. I believe it's touching who it's supposed to touch. And if he wants to bring it right back with A Boogie again, he can do that. You know what I mean? Like, that's possible. But I really enjoy this song, and I'm touched by it, Khalid. So thank you. Really, thank you. Because he probably could have put out some top 40 shit like everybody else. He probably got him in the tug. RCA could have probably been like, yo, we got this London on the track beat, this Hit Boy beat, get on it and sing. And he probably could do that. But for some reason, I feel like he put this out, which really rings artistic integrity to me, which gets you more points than anything else could ever. I don't know, I'm just so thankful, man. I'm thankful for Good Days. I'm thankful for this song. I'm thankful for the songs that really help me when life is rough. Because that's what I use music for, man. It's all medicine, so shout out to Khalid. Anyway, everybody, thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know how you feel about the songs I discussed below. Let me know if there are any more songs that you want me to discuss, any more artists you want to put me on. I like talking about music just in general, rap, R&B. I love R&B. R&B really feeds me. It's a part of my life and I enjoy it. So if there are any vocalists or anybody that you want me to discuss or that you want to discuss, I will be in the comments. Go sign up for my Patreon. We're having extended conversations over there, conversations I don't want to have with the stans. And if you like this video, don't forget to like this video, for real like this video, and for real subscribe to this channel. And as always, never forget, there's no such thing as good or bad people, just complicated stories. Catch you next time.
I just wanna wait. I just wanna you. I just wanna you. You in love with me. Oh yeah.